It's obviously nice that we can run our application on Chrome for Android, but our users are typically coming from other operating systems and browsers too, both on a desktop as well as on mobile devices. So we can't rely on them using Chrome, and we also can't rely on them using Android. Now, I mentioned the browser support, and I showed you that only Chrome and Opera are supporting the manifest at the point of time of recording this, though support is coming to Microsoft Edge and Firefox. So we will see a lot of browsers supporting this very soon. Safari, however, doesn't support it. And that, of course, is a disadvantage because whilst Android and Chrome have a huge market share, Safari on iOS also is quite important. Now, the good thing is, whilst this browser doesn't support the manifest.json file, it also won't fail, it will simply ignore it, and we can add some other properties to the index.html file to get at least a comparable feeling there. We can add a couple of meta tags here to make sure that our application also looks nice on iOS and Safari. And this is what I want to show you now. So besides the manifest, in this index.html file, I will add a couple of other entries in this head section here to make sure our application looks and feels nice on Safari and iOS too. So the first one is a meta tag here, and it has a name attribute where the value will be apple-mobile-web-app-capable, and I will set content to yes. So this looks cryptic, but in the end this will be understood by WebKit, so by the Safari browser. It will see this meta tag and will recognize this key, so make sure to not mistype it. Apple mobile web app capable is the correct key. And then it will read the value here. And if the value is yes, it knows that we want to treat this as a mobile web app, which also allows us to add it to the home screen, get our icon there, and launch it from the home screen. So we basically have this manifest replacement here. So for Chrome, it detects the manifest and knows what we want to do. Here, we explicitly tell Safari by adding this meta tag. Of course, we need to add more information though. For example, we also want to add another meta tag with the name of Apple mobile web app. So you see the pattern. This is basically for all identifiers related to this web app-like feature. And here set status bar style, all separated with dashes, to a certain content. For example, we could set the style here to black. And this controls how the status bar will display on these devices. This is also great if we use another nice meta tag here. Name is Apple mobile web app title, which allows us to set a title. By default, it would infer it from the title tags here, which would actually be nice for this application already. But if you have a deviating title, you can specify it here under content. I'll set PBAgram, and therefore I could just use the default title, but again, you could specify any deviating title here, and Apple or iOS would use that below your icon, and so on. We also want to let Apple know or iOS know which icon to use. We do this with a link. Here we have a link of type Apple touch icon. And Apple or iOS will again understand this and then load this icon here for the app. And this is /source/images/app-icons-104 by 144.png. So basically this icon here. Now, as you can see, we got loads of icons here though, and also we got some special Apple icons. So whilst I could point to this icon to have some basic support, I can also load the Apple optimized icon here by simply changing the name to Apple icon. Now I'm referring to this. And I can also add a sizes property and be clear about the size of this icon so that just as with the manifest where we also add multiple icons, the iOS browser is also able to load the best icon for a given device and screen resolution. So now we can simply add a lot of icons here for the different sizes I have. Now I don't want to bore you, so I will skip ahead. Of course, feel free to copy and paste this from the final source code you can find at the end of this module. So with that, I added all these special Apple icons, which are just normal PNGs optimized for Apple, and I made Apple aware of it, as well as with these 3 meta tags here, which allow Safari to load this at least a bit close to a progressive web app like supported in Chrome. You won't have the same amount of support, obviously, since a couple of properties we have in the manifest.json file are missing here, but at least we are close to it or have some basic support. Now, this is how we can get a better experience on iOS and with Safari.